Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Tech Talks. This is our 50-second Tech Talk, and today we're going to cover one of the things that I really care about and I find it very useful in everyday life, and that is building reminders using the SMS API in 46 elks, but also using two-way technology, two-way communication while doing that. So, sit back or open up a terminal, try to keep up. We will share some resources here on how you can build a reminder system using our API. So let's get going. Always, please join us in these talks. You can reach out to me directly at rene@46elks.com. You see the email here. I am also present here in the chat. If you have any questions right now, feel free to ask away. I'm saying hello here. So please ask and ask later on in comments. You're more than welcomed. Someone from the team or I will help you out to figure out this code and figure out two-way communication in SMS in general. So let's try to give kind of a quick recap of what this actually is, what we're trying to achieve. So two-way communication, most of us, when we receive a notification from a delivery service or whatnot, we have gotten used to of getting that name of the delivery service in the sender. Instead of having that number, we have that name there. So with a two-way communication, you actually have a chance to respond to the SMS. You have a chance to say something back. And then we, the developers, right, that use this code, have a chance then to respond back in a way that is appropriate. So if you use a certain keyword, if you use a certain trigger, we can then respond back. So it creates a nice flow of communication between the two. So you will need to sign up for this to work. So feel free to use this QR code or go directly to 46elks.com/register if you haven't registered still. And I'll be more than happy to help you out. So please reach out and please register now. So let's get going with an example. So it all starts with the terminal, right? So let me just increase it here a little bit so you can see, and I'll remove the QR code. So hopefully everything is okay and clear. If not, please let me know in the chat. We start off by building the code example. The prerequisite is, and I'll go now into the code. So yes, I do use Nano. I do not use Vim, but yes, to each its own. So this is an example of an SMS reminder system using our API. I have made a hefty comment here where you can actually see the description, how it works, what do you actually have to have. It is written in PHP. This concrete example is adapted for LAMP, so Linux Apache PHP environment. Doesn't involve MySQL. You don't have to have it here. We'll see how it works. So all you need to do, as it said here, you need to place this script into a public web server. Let me just kind of point it out here. You need to place this script into a public web server where it can be accessed by the 46elks webhook, right? So, for example, we have here the send_reminder.php. You also need to set up a webhook in your 46elks account in order for this to work, pointing it to this URL. So let's get to it. Let me share that one with you. I'll just switch screens. All right. So you see here the number that I had to allocate to myself in order for this to work. So just a sec. So you can go ahead, when you log on, you'll get to this dashboard. You go to allocate numbers and you choose a number that is SMS enabled. It's quite not costly. So you can choose a number that's SMS enabled and voice enabled. You choose that number. You allocate the number to yourself. That number is allocated automatically. You get a random number. And then you click edit and add in the SMS URL, you add the link. You need to set up a webhook in your 46elks in your 46elks account, so pointing to the URL where this script is hosted. So for this specific usage, I'll deallocate this number so I don't waste resources. I'll go to the number that I'm allocated to myself. So this is the number. And this is the SMS URL. So this is the DigitalOcean VPS, just the tiniest one, and the send reminder PHP that we just took a peek at. So we, 46elks, then make an HTTP post request to the URL you set out below whenever we receive some incoming traffic to this number, because we really don't know what to do with a certain with traffic that goes to that number. We really don't know what to do with it if you don't point us to a right direction, right? All right, let me just go back to the code. So quite a hefty description here, kind of purposely so you can track it. You can actually set it up. Obviously, you can modify it in the way you want to, but this is a way it will actually work right away. Copy and paste the script, and only thing you need to add is your API credentials, so which you can find in the 46elks dashboard under accounts. So API username, API password, and the from number. So those three parameters are the only thing you need to change. Obviously, if you want to go into heavy modification, put some other responses there, you're more than welcome to do it. Okay, so we will not use for this intended purposes an SQL database. I have set up a text file called reminders to take care of all of the inputs that I give through the text message, right? So we'll look at the flow now. I'll present how it works. And this code will be also available on GitHub, our official GitHub repo for 46elks. So github.com/46elks. Feel free to visit it. There's a lot of examples in PHP, but also in other languages. So you're more than welcome to poke at it or ask if you need some clarification help there. Okay, so we will, there is the format you need to use. So the content, your message, the time you want to send out. But let's get to this example because it will make a lot of things more understandable, I think. So let me just go to the code. And I'll go to the exact messaging app so you can see the process. So let me share, actually, we will look at the Apache log. All right. Yeah. So as you can tell, I've done this before. I have tested it out. You can notice that when a request is being made, how it handles it, what's the schedule time, what's the reminder, current time, schedule time. The reminder is not due yet for sending out. Then it processes the reminder, sends it out. It creates, in this process, the code is, I'll go to reminders. So you can see here sent, and what are pending. So the number, the content, the date, the hour, and then is it sent? Is it still pending? I purposely did some where I set out the date and the hour that has already passed. So that is also something that gets responded to. So let's go ahead and do that. Yes, I'll share now the messages app to get a better understanding. Okay. So if you have any questions, please go ahead to the chat, ask away, ask later on in comments. So you're more than welcome to do that. I invite you to do that. So here is the here is the messaging app. I'm not sure if it is quite visible, if I can increase it, but we are sending to the number we have taken from 46 elks, and we will now send the content and the time. And let's purposely send out one that isn't the time that has already passed. So now I'm setting content, semicolon test, time is already passed, and this is something that I want to be reminded of. The content is now just test, but it could be go to the dentist with the time already passed, but it can be set out to something else. So I'm clicking, I have sent it out. Well, you cannot see it because I'll try to make it like this then. Make it a little bit better. Yes, try something like this. So like, I don't know if you can tell, it says the time set has already passed. Please choose a future time. So that is good to have. Let's set out something very recent now, so we get an actual response. So we don't have to wait here on the live stream a lot, and you don't have to wait. So let's set out 14:04. So now I have sent out the content, time. It has already passed. So yeah, so this has been processed, and like the system has noticed that the time has already passed. Let's set out now let's set out 46, or let's, yeah. Oh, sorry, I've been doing it. I think I did it wrong. Let me just 14. So this is always fun, right? Trying out things. So I'll set 14:06. And probably the reaction will be that I get a test right away, right? And the reminder scheduled for that time. So it's there, it's working. So let me show you how it's working behind the hood. All right. So while we were doing all of this, let's look at the error log, right, for Apache. And now we can exactly see the things we did. We can see what has been going on. So when we sent out just a minute ago, this was processed, this reminder, and it was put in pending, and it was said, okay, the current time is 14:04, the scheduled time is 14:06, the reminder due is then, and then that triggered sending of the text message, and the reminder was set, or sent, sorry. So yes, so this is something that you can modify and play around with. There are a lot of ways to do it. You can use at in the Linux system. You can do a lot of modifications, but it kind of gives a clue on how this system can be used. and gives an idea of how you can approach two-way communication by having just one script publicly available and having that as a way of communicating with the end clients. Obviously, it can happen between machines, right? And you can send out text messages, and this can go back and forth, and it's a good way to collect data also. So yeah, please sign up here. So this is the QR code, but you can also go to 46elks.com/register, and you can sign up there. I'll put it in the chat. So here you go. You can take a look at the YouTube chat and press the link there. Also, please visit our GitHub repository where we have plenty of these examples. This is just one example. We have plenty of examples of two-way communication. So thank you for being a part of these Tech Talks. Please reach out if you want to talk about your startup, if you want to talk about a certain idea, if you just want to chat, if you are already one of our friends or clients, reach out. We'll be happy to talk to you. We'll be happy to cover what you did, what would you like to do in the future, about your story, about your startup, a story about your company or project that you're doing as a hobby project. We will be glad to cover it. So join us in these Tech Talks, reach out to me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. And I wish you a very nice afternoon and the rest of the weekend. Thank you and goodbye.